So, if anyone is in Christ, there is a new creation. This is a very iconic and popular passage from St. Paul that emphasizes that those who believe in Christ partake in his mission of reconciling creation to God through Jesus. Paul then elaborates beautifully by stating that Jesus died for us, so we follow and imitate him in his mission. And what is the mission of Christ? To reconcile the creation to God through himself. And in doing so, the creation might understand Christ and his way. Paul explained this to the church in Corinth in steps. First and foremost, he makes it clear that Christ died for everyone. His death is a symbol of sacrificial love because it is through his sacrifice that we receive salvation. Secondly, he insists that all who believe in Christ ought to devote their lives to Jesus because he laid down his life for us. Finally, he reveals to us that we are made the ambassadors as representative of Christ, and God uses us for his mission of reconciliation. Paul emphasizes that all who believe in Christ are not just saved by him, they are also drawn into his mission, the mission of reconciling all creation to God through Jesus Christ. For Paul, those who are in Christ are a new creation. In the book of Genesis, God created human being in his own image and likeness. As new creation who are in Christ, all the believers are now called to be Christ-like and work to restore humanity to the stained image of God. So what are the implications of being new creation, and what are we supposed to do as new creation? St. Paul elaborates on this when he says, we no longer regard anyone from human point of view. The human point of view consists of limitations, prejudice, and preconceived notions. But having been transformed as a new creation, we are called and commanded to look at the world the way God does. When human being looks at human limitation, God looks at the world through compassion. It is this compassion that pushes God to work to reconcile the creation to himself. Similarly, as followers of Christ, we ought to strive to look at the world through the lens of the Father, the same Father who made him to be sin, who knew no sin, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God.
I have been crucified with Christ. I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. Everything I count as a loss because of the precious one of knowing Christ who loved me and gave himself for me.